gonna put my phone up because I don't want.
Man, that sounded so accurate. That sounded like a real phone.
I'm telling you,
crazy.
That's crazy,
Boy, got
man.
the sound effect. I used to beatbox, bro. Honestly,
For real?
yeah. When I was in high school, bro, I used to beatbox like crazy.
Let me see a little example. Let me see a little sample.
I would watch these videos on YouTube. These dudes like world competing for the beatbox.
Right.
On some like going crazy, right? And I was like, man, I'm gonna do that. I tried, man. I got pretty good. Like I was good enough to impress people, like at the parties or whatever. But I wouldn't know, like
you was all that.
Yeah.
You crazy. Hey, man, I used to do like the regular ones, like
Yeah. The regular ones go crazy, or you hit them with that, or we just hit them with that. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
My name is Dave, and nah. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jariah, and I'm here today back in the current studio. This is where we've been for 2 episodes now, so we're gonna rock out. Shout out to my boy Mike P, 7H Strike Mike, holding it down with the location. This is episode 7 of Grace and Good Friends, and I'm here today with none other than the one, the vlogger, the rapper, the singer, the freestyler, the beatboxer, the YouTube reactor. Man, the list goes on, man. Y'all make some noise for my man 1SOVERGN, man.
How y'all doing out there, my lovely people, man? Shout out my God Talk people, and shout out to my Grace and Good Friends people for sure.
Man, God Talk ENT.
Yes, sir.
And Grace and Good Friends collab, man. This might be the collab of the year.
Yeah.
This is like this is the collab of the year. I was gonna say so crazy, but no, I'm trying to like, fine tune,
right?
Because I like to come on here, I like to like freestyle, I like to have fun, but I also got to keep in mind like who's watching,
right? So
I want to be like cautious of my audience, cautious of my guests and those around. I want to take care of, be a good steward of this goodness, bro, that God has like trusted me with.
Right.
Yeah, man. But anyways, SOVERGN, man, I brought you on here. I've known you for, I want to say 2 years, over 2 years.
Yeah, I say about 2 years, bro.
I had met you Spring Thing a couple years ago, which is an event in DFW. For those who don't know, Spring Thing. It was at the Christian Lounge.
Yep, you're right.
Arlington, the night we had met. But ever since the jump, I mean, I remember doing my set. You came up to me, showing love. You're like, yo, that's crazy. I forgot. It was this one song I had did. And like your whole crew, bro, because y'all was lit, bro.
Yeah,
y'all,
was lit.
Y'all rolling deep. Because I remember when I was doing that song, I looked in the corner because I knew when the hook came, it was no time.
No time.
I said, nobody got no time, but they got a wristwatch.
Yeah, hey, that was fire.
And I said, nobody got no time, but they got a TikTok.
Yeah, I remember that.
It got to the point to where I had done the hook. I had done the hook a few times, and I didn't have to sing the TikTok part. Like people knew.
Yeah.
And I just felt that love, bro. Like, from you and the people you was with. I felt that from the jump.
Right.
You confirmed it, bro. You came up. After that, we kind of tapped in.
Right. Yes, we did.
We tapped in, and it was kind of like this back and forth thing. Like, let's get on a track. Hey, let's make a track. Let's do a song. Let's do a feature. Whoop, whoop, whoop. At the time, I was working on my second album, Last Cup 2.
Right.
Which came out a little over a year ago. And I had this open verse. Sent it to you, bro. You laid something down real quick. Mm-hmm. Week later or something, you were in the city. So we pulled up to the studio, laid it down. The rest was history.
Yeah. It's real.
Kind of been locked in ever since.
Yeah, man. For sure, man. Actually, I'm gonna actually speak on that, man. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man.
You good?
I'm actually speak on that right there, man, because this is one of the great things, man. When you actually did hit me up and stuff like that, you asked me how much I charge for a feature, and the one thing I admire about that is that you was willing and you asked. You know what I'm saying? Even when I wasn't even doing too much.
Right.
You still asked because you was a man of good business.
Yep.
And that's what I loved in the great thing about that situation, man, is that I could have been a dude that been like,
$450.
yeah, man, give me like, give me about 1,800 because that's what I'm worth, man, right now. You see what I'm saying? Like, but I really liked your spirit, man. Very calm spirit, man, and stuff like that. And all I asked them, y'all, is for a shirt.
The merch, bro. The merch,
man. That's all I want, man.
Man, that blew me away. and just to throw it right back to you, bro. Like, I'm like, man. Because like you said, you could have put a ticket on it.
Right.
It could have been $50. It could have been $700. Whatever. You could have been like, I do money. I'm talking money. Money talks. Like, you could have had that attitude.
Right.
But instead, it was something more like, man, we seen something in each other potential wise as like an artist and as a person. Like, even forget about the music.
Yeah, forget about the music.
As a person, and it was like, this is something worth respecting, and this is something worth sewing into. She was like, well, since you're offering, I'll take the shirt. And then to me, I was like, the shirt, that's all you want?
Yeah.
Like, that's nothing. Like, yeah, of course. So I mailed it to you, whoop, whoop, whoop. But it was like, man, this dude is down. And that's kind of what I was opening up with, man. It's just that you've been down from the jump. You know, we did the feature. After that, you know, last year you came out to our event, Outlandish Fest. You did your thing, bro.
Sure.
You know, pulled up with the team. Pulled up with the vlog. Like, you never miss a beat, bro.
Most definitely.
A few months before that, I had an album listening party out in Garland, Texas.
Yeah, I remember that.
Man, you pulled up to the album listening party, bro. Like, this is what I'm trying to say, y'all. Like, Sovereign's the type of dude, he's very selfless. Like, he wants to show support to others. He wants to uplift others, and he wants to be there. And he takes the extra steps to do that, man. So, like, I just want to honor you, bro. And then thank you again, man, just for being here, for real.
No, man, I actually appreciate you, man. Like, this is an honor, man, because you just a great guy all around, man. You know what I'm saying? Like me, when I'm around people, I don't look what's on the outside. Same way my father did. I'm not judging the flesh. I'm judging what's on the inside of a person.
Yes, sir.
Whether the person can be messed up, whether you can be fake, whether you can be unloyal, whether you can be just that type of person in that nature. I'm still looking at your spirit.
You're still trying to see what's in there.
I'm trying to see what's inside. Because what's inside is not like on the outside.
And it's what's on the inside that counts.
It's on the inside that counts, man. So, no, man, I really honor you, man. And this is an honor to be on here, man, for sure.
Man, that's love. I appreciate that.
What's up, man?
Man, speaking on the inside, let's take a minute, man. Let's go into the inside of 1SOVERGN.
Okay.
Let's talk about you, man. Let's talk about your, I want to say like story, but also your testimony, because you're a man of faith.
Right.
And you got a lot of things going on right now, but I want to take these people, maybe they don't know you, maybe they just started following you, just started tapping in. I want to take them back to the beginning, man. Like, who is 1SOVERGN? Like, when was your first encounter with Jesus? Like, how did you transition into this season of your life? Like, what really started all that for you?
Man, so let's start back, man. SOVERGN is I say he's I'm gonna start with weird, but I'm gonna say weird in a godly way.
In a good way.
Weird, authentic, and different.
Unique.
Yes.
Outlandish.
Yes. Most definitely.
Yeah.
And man, just a kid trying to do something so different where he got into so many different things just to see who he really was and what God sent him here to do. And so me, man, I just you know, before I came into Christ, man, you know, I was, you know, dibbling dabbling in the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Hanging out with the wrong crowd and stuff like that, and getting into gunplay, you know what I'm saying? Trying to be the biggest robber, trying to be the biggest gangster and stuff like that. And during the midst of that, I came across where I was and I'm gonna try to make this a long story short because I don't want to make it real long, you know. But I was a kid that I discovered that I was real good at music, even though I come from a singing background, a singing family and stuff like that. Very anointed with singing and music and stuff like that. But nobody ever rapped. You see what I'm saying? So I was coming with the rap scene, so I was coming very different, and I started to discover that where me rapping kind of got me out of a lot of times getting punked.
Really?
Yeah. getting punked because I had kids around me and stuff like that, or people that just they'll pick on you. But when it's time for somebody to play a beat on YouTube or something like that, I'll be like, man, I start rapping, and by me rapping and being so
confident
and just a little bit talented at that at the time,
yeah,
they was like, oh man,
we ain't finna mess with him.
We ain't finna mess with him no more. If you can keep rapping and
doing
freestyle,
something.
yeah, he doing something.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's real, man. And I just be like, play a beat, I want to rap, and then it would take their mind off of picking on me.
Right, or just the drama in the moment.
Just the drama in the moment. So yeah, put on a beat.
Wow.
And so by then, man, I'm diving in deeper stuff in the streets and stuff, but still rapping. You know what I'm saying? So the Lord is showing me what I'm anointed in, and through the midst of that, man, I've been through. Out of all of that, where I seen God and came in the encounter of God is that one time, this is a crazy story. Me and my cousin was at my crib one time. We had some my other friends and partners that we just wanted to play around with, but also beef with.
Yeah.
And it was nothing too serious. We didn't have no real guns or anything in the play and stuff like that. But we had, at this time, everybody had pellet guns and fireworks, artillery shells and stuff like that, right? So one night we talking mess to him, call him on the phone, like, man, hey, what's up, man? Hey, shut up, man. Come to the block. Like, we'll blow you up with them.
Not the block, bro.
Yeah, come to the block. And so
that's real now.
We talking to him, and and over there they had a group of friends and a group of people over there, so they all had fireworks, artillery shells coming to the crib. So they come to us blowing up stuff, shooting the fireworks at my mom's house while they all sleep and stuff like that, and shooting pellet guns and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Just some kid stuff, right? The next day, my pops was telling me like, we gonna get some pellet guns and y'all gonna go do it to them. So we go to the store, get some pellet guns and stuff like that. And as we go that night, it's a place where I'm from that's called the Teen Center. And, a lot of places in the world got
communities, like a
teens, boys and girls club
after school type of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was called a Teen Center, and we'll go there and we'll mess around. And I'm telling all the kids in there, man, I got these pellet guns, man. We can go shoot up so and so and so and so. And these type of people, a lot of people didn't really like them too much, so they was like, yeah, let's go.
It was down.
They were down. And prior to that, my uncle worked at the Teen Center.
Okay.
And my uncle, he was an uncle that used to like let kids come to his crib, stay the night and stuff like that, have fun and kick it. And that night we wanted to stay over there so we can have the open way to go do whatever we want because our parents are not around. You see what I'm saying? So that night we went to my uncle's crib. We sitting there with the pellet guns and stuff like that. It get crazy. We just chilling, But before we got to my uncle's crib, we was shooting the pellet guns outside to see if they
test them.
Yeah, to test them. You know how they got that little pop pop.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might sound like a real gun, but it's not.
It's not.
It's not right. So we sit in the crib and I'm thinking like people know about what happened and everything that's going on, trying to start a little war in the city, right? Awesome kid stuff, man.
Yeah.
So anybody that knock on the door, we peeking out the window like, yeah, they might trying to come get us. You know what I'm saying?
What?
So one time we chilling, somebody knock on the door, boom, 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 boom. I look at the blinds. I get up. I look at the blinds and I'm like, okay, I don't see nobody at the door. So I go back and sit down like, I guess somebody, ding dong ditching.
Yeah.
They knock again. Boom, 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 boom. Nobody said nothing like, hey, it's me.
Right. They're just knocking.
Crazy. And whatchamacallit? I look at the blinds, so I'm like, oh, that's probably them. They trying to get us. So I get my pellet gun. And remember, the pellet guns look real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People will mistake them for a real gun.
Right.
So I open I'm still looking at the blinds, but before I open the door, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull the gun out and make sure they don't hit me. So once I did, I opened the door. And I see nobody in front. I didn't see nobody by the bushes. So I'm thinking they hiding because the way my uncle's house is, he got two bushes in front of the door where they're big bushes where you can't see who's behind them.
Right.
So I'm thinking they hiding behind the bushes. So what I do is I pulled out the pellet gun like that. Just my arm, not my body. And then I kind of scoot up a little bit. all you hear is, "It's the police. Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Put your hands down." All I did was yank the pellet gun back in, and then I looked at my cousins them, and I'm like, and they looked at me and said, "What you do?" And I'm like, "I ain't do nothing." They said, "Everybody come out the house with your hands up."
What?
I'm talking about they was.
Was it actually the police?
It was actually the police.
Why were they there?
Because remember I told you.
They heard you. The word got out that you was telling people like, we're going to start something.
No, remember I told you before we got there, we shot the pellet guns.
Oh, and it sounded like real guns.
It sounded like real guns, but not only that, we came out the house with, we came out the car looking like we had guns strapped up. So the neighbors called the cops like, man,
these kids got some guns.
Yeah, these kids over here, I don't know what type of house this is across the street, but these kids right here got some stuff. And so
that's crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. And the cops, and you heard in their voice like,
they were serious.
We serious and we're scared for our life, and boom, boom, boom. So as we're walking out the crib, before you know it, man, I'm talking about not 14 cops, literally 14 cop cars.
What?
Outside, the whole block is lit up.
Crazy.
They put up some handcuffs. My uncle just had surgery on his knee. They even put him on handcuffs. Everybody rushed into his house because they thought this house was a drug house.
That's so crazy.
And not only that, my cousin, thank God that he was a detective. That he had, authority over the other cops.
Right.
So he was able to get us off the floor out of handcuffs. The cop came that ran inside the crib. He looked and said, "Man, this is not a dope house or anything like that. They just got pellet guns. They playing." The cop that was there that told me, "Put your hands down," he was sitting over there crying because he was finna shoot me.
Dang.
He said 100% he was finna shoot me.
The one that was at the door.
The one that was at the door.
How old were you?
I was 14 years old. He was finna take my life right there. And he was crying hard. Until this day, when I see him in my city, he still give me a hug.
He's still around?
He's still around. He's still on the force, but he's still on the team, but he was finna quit his job that day, and he was a rookie.
Wow.
And he told my parents, I was literally finna shoot him.
Man.
I was literally finna shoot him.
Do you look back at that in your life and see that as maybe one of your first wake up calls?
Yes.
Like already seeing grace, already seeing favor, like already flashing sign, like Sovereign, what are you doing? Type of beat, like almost like ushering you toward the right path.
Right. In a way, I didn't get it after that.
Of course. Right.
Right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like it was one of the first ones.
Yes.
Because
right.
Knucklehead, human nature.
Right.
We might not get it the first time. We most likely won't get it the first time.
Right.
But that had to be some sort. I mean, you have to be able to look at that today, 14 years later or 10 years later, and really think like, man, this was a big deal. Like that's not normal for that to happen. Yeah,
it's not, man. It's not. And not only that, man, how I knew I was supposed to die that night, I had got prophesied by an apostle from North Carolina. And she told me, shout out Apostle Jackie London. She's a very powerful apostle, and she told me, you weren't supposed to be here, you were supposed to be dead. And when she said that, I already knew what she was talking about.
What happened?
Exactly. Because that dude, if a person comes to you every time, this man, I'm 22 now, so this been like what?
Oh, it's only been like 8 years.
8 years ago. It's been like 8 years ago, and every time this dude see me, he give me a hug. Because he know that night he could have killed a kid. You see what I'm saying? But that, like I said, that didn't change nothing, bro. I started to really get in the streets. But what really made me like really want to give my life to Christ is when I knew where my life was heading if I didn't give my life to Christ. The Lord started showing me dreams and visions of my own cousins setting me up, my own cousins getting doing things to me like, and I was just telling my boy this last night, I used to think like my mom's sister's son, my mom's nephews is doing things to set me up. And the Lord is showing me these visions. And so it had me in a place of paranoia and anxiety.
Yeah, big time.
Like, man, I don't know if something's finna happen to me because the cousin that I love, And
that would mess somebody up. You know what I'm saying?
bro, that was messing me up,
like
man.
trust issues, paranoia, like you said, like all of that, man.
I'm telling you, bro. And people having dreams of me getting shot at shows.
Man.
Because I'm still in the worldly rap scene.
Right. Which I want to take a quick sidestep to touch on that too. Like, your secular music is still available to listen to.
Yes.
Like your music before you converted to the faith.
Right.
And that's one of the first things too, like when I was really like getting to know you, that really stood out to me is like, because I know some people who made secular music and then got saved and whatnot, still did the music thing, but they would wipe everything out, right? They would start fresh, new life.
Right.
And that seems like the right thing to do, or it seems like the normal thing to do, but you were one of the first people I seen keep your old music up. And that stood out to me. And this is what stood out to me about it is I'm like, this is the testimony.
Right.
It's like people could not only see what he came from, they can hear what he came from. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a message in that.
Yeah.
And that really stood out to me, man. So you were still making music at this time, or actually, you know what? Time out. Pause. When did you start making music? Because so at one point it was just like a free. At one point it was just like a freestyle thing. But when was your first experience? Like, how old were you when you was hopping in the booth? You know, like.
Hey man, that's a deep story, man. We want to even dive into it. You want to dive in that water?
We'll put the toes in. You know.
Okay, let's put the toes in, man. I'm gonna do a long story short on it. People knew I can rap in my city, right?
For sure. Which? What's your city? Let them know.
I'm from Hawes, New Mexico, y'all.
Let's
you know
go,
what I'm saying? Yeah, Hawes, New Mexico, man. Shout out Hawes, man, for sure. People knew I can rap, so this dude really took a liking to me.
Okay, who was it? A producer, engineer?
No, he was just a kid in school.
Okay,
I knew, you know what I'm saying? Very smart man. Very smart man. He knew how to work things, even though he was not too intelligent on the music side of things, but very intelligent in business.
Okay.
So he knew how to work anything when it come to business. I'm talking about this dude graduated with honors and everything.
Okay, so he, smart dude.
And he liked my music.
Wow.
And so he like, man, y'all need to take this stuff serious. So he would start to form up money in a way to
sponsor y'all?
In a way, manage us and give us
kind of like invest.
Yeah. Invest in us and get studio time for me and my cousin.
Wow.
And so we can go to the studio. I'm talking about he would invest every time. Like, bro, this dude was on. Like, now that I came to a maturity today, this dude was actually doing right things. But at the time, I was looking at it a whole different way.
For sure. I mean, you probably didn't realize what was going on at the time.
Right.
But looking back, like, that's key. Like, that's what artists need, bro. Is someone to invest.
Yeah,
that's
real.
That's what the artist needs, bro.
Yeah, man.
Because you know, I make music. You make music. We know people that make music.
Right.
Bro, it's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot. And
it really is.
Man, I bet you maybe sometimes you be thinking like, man, I wish that dude was here today.
I mean, right.
not necessarily like, you know, that God's always going to provide.
Right, for sure.
And you're still on the right path. But like, yeah, it's funny how like when we're younger, we don't realize what we have in front of us until we're at a later point. We're like, oh, man, I could have really handled that differently.
Right. Yeah, no, that's real, man. And that's how I be thinking like, man, but you know.
Nah, you straight though.
But nah, what's it call it? Yeah, I'm talking about this dude was on us. He pull up to my house 9 a.m.
Wow.
9 a.m. every time, 9 a.m.
Work.
Get up. If you sleep, man, what you doing?
What are you doing?
You need to get up, man. You need to work. You know what I'm saying? So, man, some of my work ethics stem off that too. I give him that, man, because he every time pull up, boom, boom, and I just had a late night last night. I'm talking about I didn't get home until like 4:00 in the morning, and this dude would come like 9 and say, "Get up." You know what I'm saying? Hey, brush your teeth. I don't care what you put on. Get in that booth. We can drop some songs.
Wow.
He was like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was our age.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? And he would just like he would take us and stuff like that. And I was working on my first album called WIK.
Okay.
WIK was one of my
What you know?
What you know?
Okay, yeah.
What you know? Yeah. It's called What You Know. You see what I'm saying? But hold on, bro. I don't think I'm skipping ahead.
Oh, okay, no, you good.
actually we was working on my first tape that never really got out there like that. It was called 1215 XGMB.
I remember the 1215 because that used to be before 1SOVERGN.
Yeah.
It was 1215
It was
Sov.
1215 Sov.
Okay.
And GMB was the other like clique I was hanging out with.
Okay.
And I made a whole garage tape with I made a whole garage tape with that, and that's when he came in the picture and was like, man, we need to push y'all a little higher so y'all can get quality. So we started going to studios in my city and all that. Like I said, he got us there every time at 9 in the morning, working on my first album WYK. And this when I was able to drop all my first album on all platforms.
And this was all secular, right?
This is secular.
And this was 1215 Sov?
This was 1215 Sov.
Okay, baby.
So yeah, that's
the jump.
Yeah, that's the jump.
I was like 20, if I remember right, it was like 2017, 2018.
2018, yeah, 2018 going to 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, there, going to 2019. And yeah, man, I dropped that sucker all platforms, man. Everybody showed me love.
Of course.
In the city, man. Everybody showed me love, like, because at the end of the day, I was the first young, I don't want to put it like that, man, but I mean, by the grace of God.
If they know, they know.
They know. I was one of the first youngins in my city to ever put out a music video.
Okay.
As being a 17-year-old.
What video was that?
That was a video called Portrayed on Me.
Okay. Is that the one? Man, I seen this one video, bro, and that's another thing too, bro. And I don't want to keep cutting you off, but I gotta let the people know, people watching that don't know you, like, bro, this man was ahead of his time, making videos that had plots, storylines, characters, bro. Like, I seen this one video of you. You was in like a locker room, bro. Like,
oh, you talking about Glow is Real?
Yeah, bro. Like, bro was
shout out Chris J.
Yeah. Bro was a whole football player, right?
Yeah.
Bro, this looked like some, and not in a bad way. I say this like to reference the production value. This was on some like Disney Channel, like character, like lights, camera, action. Like,
real talk.
Every other person putting up videos at the time or in the area, I guarantee you was just, in the middle of the street with the camera, nothing really like value, but you early on, you seen the value. I seen another music video of you back when I was doing my research, and I forgot what the name of the song was, but you had the whole gang, bro, in the front yard. And like,
that's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, y'all had people on the roof, bro. Like,
okay, no, you talking about Chasing the Fetty. That was after
Chasing the Fetty. Yeah,
Chasing the Fetty. Yeah,
bro, and I'm telling you, before this music video started, bro, like Sov and Homeboys walking through the street.
Yeah,
and they're like, bro, there's a whole skit, bro. There's a whole scene, and I'm just saying, like, to me, like, I'm into production. I'm into short film. I'm into like cameras. That's a big deal, bro. And that says a lot about the artist to care enough about his song to really put a whole movie behind it.
Yeah, man.
Not just you see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And don't get me wrong, the quick run and gun music videos, those are going to hit all day.
Right.
And you got to have them.
Yeah.
Everybody has them.
Right.
But even more so the ones that have that storyline, bro. I'm like, man, this dude cares about what he's doing. And even at an early age, even outside of the Christian rap, like, you was still caring about the production. I thought that was really cool, man.
Yeah, man.
I just had to pay my homage to that.
No, for sure, man. That's love, man. Shout out Diamond Rising for that, man. And that skit right there, man, that was straight freestyle.
Bro, what was this skit? Y'all were like, someone had texted you, right? You were like, oh man, we gotta go get we gotta go pick it up or something. Like,
because we just it was, I think the skit was, I don't know. No, we ain't robbed nobody. No, actually,
no, I think y'all were going to turn in the money.
Turn in the money to get some
the plug.
Yeah, to the plug. Turning the bricks.
Bro,
we had in the bag to the plug.
That was so crazy to me. I loved it, bro.
No, for sure.
No, man, working.
I like that, man. I appreciate that, man. That's love.
That's big, man. So you were the first one in the city at the time. You had put that video out as a youngster.
As a youngster.
And they went crazy.
It went crazy, man. Everybody in the city was showing me love, and where I'm from, man, a lot of people ain't gonna show you love for great things, and still don't,
Right.
But everybody showed me love, like people around my age, some OGs and stuff like that. Some people in the streets, like, man, y'all youngins, y'all doing y'all thing and stuff like that. And but that sucker. It's a time that all went downhill.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it was a time where around like 2019, everybody started to go against each other
In the city?
in the city. You know, everybody was all group at one point. Everybody group. Everybody loving the thing, loving the music and stuff like that. But that stuff, it went down. Everything went down and stuff like that, and all the music and stuff like that, man, it started to change and stuff like that. The dude that I said that used to take me to the studio in the morning and stuff like that
Kind of fell off.
I was getting information that we actually made money off my album.
What? He didn't cut you off?
Cut me off. He was taking it from me because he said, they were saying that because he gave me studio time and all that stuff, pay for all that, pay for this.
Right. He got to reimburse himself.
Which is true.
But
took everything.
But it should have been communicated.
Right.
Or you should have had a percentage or something.
Right. And stuff like that. And then people around him was mad at us, wanted to go against us. And me, by being in the streets and having a car to mine and stuff like that, we were trying to go after their head every night. I'm talking about trying to go bust them, and stuff like that, doing that stuff, and just everything started to change, and people were so cool with the dude that was doing the thing for me, where a lot of people that said they love my music and stuff like that, man, it came to a point where nobody where I'm from don't want to listen to 1SOVERGN.
That's crazy to me, because when I first met you, it was before your Instagram had gotten it got hacked at one point, right?
Yeah.
Kind of recently, or like a year ago.
Yeah.
But it's shocking for me to hear you say that there was a point where people was not wanting to hear you.
Yeah.
Because when I first discovered you as a person and as an artist, when we had first met, bro, your Instagram was popping, bro. I think you were north of 30,000 followers, right? Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember that song Prophet had just came out booming, bro.
Yeah.
Bro got 50,000 streams on Spotify.
Yeah.
Something crazy. I just, look up a little bit.
So you do your thing.
I'll be watching the greats, man.
No, for sure, man.
I'm trying to be the best host. No, I'm playing. But yeah, I seen that, man. And I really, that's really what drew me to you, was that ambition, that positive motion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If a good person is a good person, that's great. But as someone who does something, and then when you see a light in them and you see that that's moving forward, it's even more it'll draw you to them. So that's kind of one of the things that drew me to you. And it's really surprised. I didn't know that there was really a season where the city had kind of just turned its ears away from you.
Right. And the thing about them, be real, man, they still do. They don't. And then I gave my life to Christ too. Oh,
they
shucky
really
ducky.
different.
We don't like that stuff.
Hey, he gave his life to Christ and he got this dance with it. Gave my life to Christ.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes, sir.
That's so crazy though. But, you speaking, dancing, rapping, singing.
Right.
Oh, I wanted to say this earlier too. You was talking about you used to freestyle and people would just stop the beef. Mm-hmm. Bro, do you see that that's a foreshadow of your sound, bro, your voice bringing peace into dark places from the jump?
Yeah.
That's really cool to me. That stood out. And then something else you had said earlier really stood out. But regardless to say, people need to know, man, you're just a man of multiple talents. You're very ambitious. You're very creative. You're not afraid to be yourself. And before we started recording today, we were talking about how you recently, by Grace and good friends, by Grace, you started editing some music videos. And you actually have a new music video coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
So today's Tuesday. We're recording the podcast. Today's Monday. Dang, I'm tripping. So the podcast don't drop till Thursday, but the music video come out Tuesday.
Right.
So by the time they see it here, it will already be out.
Yeah, it will.
But it's new right now to us. And so here in a minute, I want us to pull it up on the screen. We're going to watch it and listen to the song. What's the name of the song, though? Tell me a little bit about that project, when you wrote it, and tell me a little bit about what that means for you, man.
Man, this new video, single and music video that's coming out is the single's out, but the music video coming out is called Inner Man.
Inner Man.
And Inner Man, if people want to know what's Inner Man, it's the spirit that God has given us inside.
Yeah.
That's your inner man and stuff like that. And I made it because a lot of us, we need to start letting our inner man take over more than our flesh take over, because our inner man know what we supposed to do. The reason why we come to a point where a lot of people don't know what to do in their life because they so material,
right,
and not functioning in the spirit.
It's all right here, what I can see, what I can feel,
right, because he know all things. You know what I'm saying? God has given you a witness, and the inner man is that person that know everything you're supposed to do. When you ever get to a point to be like, man, am I supposed to be doing this, or what am I supposed to be doing? Your inner man knows.
They call it a conscience, but really it's the Holy Spirit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the Holy Spirit. You see what I'm saying? It's your inner man. So I'm saying in this, I'm just like, lift up your inner man. Let your inner man come and don't let your flesh lead. Let your inner man lead, because he know all things. And I recorded this project by at like 4 o'clock in the morning in Louisville.
Let's go.
And the Holy Spirit was speaking. When I make music, man, it's not me.
Right. I know that to be true because we've been in the studio with KK and CJ, and we only did that one day, but I think we were in the studio for like 3 hours, 3, 4 hours. It was a whole morning, bro. Matter of fact, it was early in the morning, like 7 to 11 or something. Mm-hmm. But everybody just freestyled. We came up with a few tracks that day, and like
five tracks.
So I can be a witness to saying, you know, like, you let it flow.
Yeah, I just let it flow,
and
man.
it's not just you know, you inspired by what's inside of you.
Right. That's real, man. So yeah, that's what this video is inspired by and stuff like that. And it's shot by Grace and stuff like that. Shout out my little sister, man. My little sister shot the video.
Shout out to little sis.
Yeah, shout out to little sis. She shot the video for me, and I did all the editing, but I don't really like to take credit for anything. It was all by Grace that this video was able to be edited and shot and stuff like that with everything that was just in my hands. And
for sure,
we got it done, and this is how it came about.
Well, Grace and Good Friends, let's see the world premiere of Inner Man by 1SOV, shot by Grace. Shout out little sis. World premiere, never before seen, right here on Grace and Good Friends.
Start a business, then you gotta use a net. You talking negativity, it's wrapped around your neck. Yeah, I got a big spirit, yeah, it coming out of jets. I got a full story, I ain't even told it yet. I love it, man, cause I'm finna break at the net. Get it again, so I lift up my inner man. Lift up my film, so I can speak on that. Speak it again, and it will come right back. These evil ways, these people can't just get enough. I'm here to say, I ain't just trying to get a bug. He paid the way, so we can never get stuck. Now here's great, so we can elevate up. If you made a little mistake, you better lift your head up. Oh God, here's grace, it'll pick you right up. Yeah, it's mercy around the way, and it's gonna change like none. Then give your life.
Nah, this joint crazy.
Yeah, man.
Drop, right?
Yeah.
Feel my in the man, look beyond the man. Feel my in the man, look beyond the man. Let's go. Feel my in the man, look beyond the man. Feel my in the man, look beyond the man. No doubt. Feel my in the man, look beyond the man. Feel my in the man, look beyond the man. Let's go. Feel my in the man, look beyond the man. Yeah. Feel my in the man, look beyond the man. Let's go. You know, man, you know you gotta fill your inner man up. You gotta increase your inner man so you can be able to, you know, so it can. Yes, Lord. Feel my inner man, look beyond the man. Feel my inner man.
That boy went crazy.
Yes, sir.
Give me some of that, boy.
Yes, sir.
Man, what a privilege, man. I love when people are willing to like put the first, like the world premiere on the podcast.
Yeah, that's fire.
That's an honor, bro.
That's fire, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man.
That went hard. Hey, y'all be sure to follow 1SOV on YouTube. I'm gonna put all his handles down here in the description.
For sure.
But you're gonna see that video live. Go run it up, share it to your homies, share it everywhere. Sovereign, man, there's so many things left I gotta say and I want to say, because like I said before we recorded, like me and you, we could talk all day.
Yeah.
I gotta wrap it up.
Right.
We gotta have a part 2. Maybe it's this season, maybe it's next season. I don't know. Either way, you know, we be locked in. But before I jet out of here, man, it's not even about me. It's about you. And it's not even about us, right? It's about the Lord.
Right.
But I do want to give you, that's your camera right there, man. I want to give you a minute just to talk to the people. Let them know whatever you got to say. And then we're going to get out of here, y'all.
One thing I want to say to y'all, man, you know, one thing I wanted to get on here and say this, man. One thing I want to say about the Christian artists is, gospel artists, whatever you want to call yourself. What I want to say is, man, when we doing performance and stuff like that, it's good for us to perform to people in the light. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. But I just feel like we need to perform more to the people that's in the dark, more than the people that's in the light. Why are we trying to save people that's already saved? I'm not saying that people don't need to grow that's in the congregation of the light, but people in the dark side really need to grow, you know, because people are starting to form Christianity in a way of pushing it back. I don't want to do it because people is too religious. They like to push things on us and stuff like that. We need to come bring that flavor into the dark side so they can see God is really, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he good.
Yeah, he good. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong with being over here. We're not going to judge you. We're not going to say, why you doing this? Why you doing that? We don't want to go to the BET Awards. We don't want to go to the Grammys. We don't want to go to the Rolling Louds because it's demonic. And then now you got them people over there feeling like, oh, man, they judging us because they saying we demonic because we over here. No, we need to go to those places to reach those people because we making hard songs just as well as the people that's in the world.
Yeah, facts.
You see what I'm saying? So that's all I got to say, man. Just don't put God in the box. Don't limit God. He's everywhere, and he can do anything everywhere.
Man, y'all heard it here first from my boy 1SOV. Don't put God in the box. Catch my boy. Catch the Interman video. Catch the singles flying out all year. He's dropped 2 albums this year so far. Probably more to come. I don't know what he's cooking up, but it's going crazy. Catch him in another episode of Grace and Good Friends.
Yes, sir.
Sav, I hope to see you soon. Back in the DFW, man. It's all love. Thank you guys for watching. Man, we're out of here. Peace.
Yes, sir.